Hello, DCSD Cyber Guardians and Cyber Champions. I'm Dr. Shanique Worthy, Manager of Security Awareness and Engagement. As a woman in cybersecurity, I'm thrilled to kick off our Cybersecurity Awareness Month festivities with a special spotlight on incredible women shaping the future of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is more than just firewalls and passwords. It's about people. And today, we're celebrating the stories, insights, and impact of women who are leading, innovating, and protecting our digital world. In this video, you'll hear from a diverse group of professionals who've carved out their paths in cybersecurity. They'll share how they got started, the challenges they faced, and the accomplishments they're most proud of. You'll also hear candid reflections of what it means to be a woman in this field, how artificial intelligence is changing the game, and their hopes and fears for the future of cybersecurity. Whether you're just beginning your journey or deep in the trenches of cyber defense, we hope these conversations inspire you, inform you, and remind you that there's room for everyone in cybersecurity. Let's dive in and hear from the women who are making cybersecurity stronger, smarter, and more inclusive, one story at a time.
Hello everybody. Felicia Hedgebeth. I'm Chief Information Officer for Georgia Department of Banking and Finance. I've been with the state for 25 years. I've been in IT and security for a lot longer than that. So we were in a class called Future Business Leaders of America. And so this was in the 80s. And so we first got computers. They unboxed them. There were probably about 20 of them in the class. And so we all sat in front of them and we had to boot it up with a disk. And so it's not the way it works today. So after I was able to boot up with a disk and type a little Word document and say hello, but nobody else in the class could do it. So I was able to actually help everybody in the class, get their computers running. They were able to create their document. And then my teacher said to me, Felicia, whatever you do, you need to go into computers. And so that stuck with me.
My name is Nicole Dove. I'm head of security for the games division at Riot Games. I am not a traditional technologist. I did not study computer science in college. If somebody would have told me I would be working in cybersecurity, I probably would have laughed at them. I was working for a huge company here in Atlanta. And what happened was my team was beginning to disband. And so a mentor reached out to me and said, your boss is looking for a job, so you need to start looking for a job. So I went on the company's job board. I typed in risk because I come from a risk and management consulting background, and quickly began to see all of these cybersecurity jobs pop up. And I initially thought, there's no way I can do this work. These people are not going to hire me. But as I began to read through the job description, I realized that a lot of what I did in risk was so much of what people were doing in cybersecurity. There was just a heavier technology aspect. So I just got really prepared, studied. I linked a lot of what I did to what this team needed. But I also shared with them what I was going to bring that the traditional candidate wouldn't have. And lo and behold, they hired me. So I've been working in the cybersecurity space now for 8 years. I lead a global cybersecurity team at Riot Games, which is a huge global video game company. I also write books on cybersecurity. I create LinkedIn courses on cybersecurity, and I really enjoy traveling the globe and speaking at different cybersecurity conferences.
Hi, my name is Chauncey Price. I am a senior security engineer. I work for WSP, which acquired Power Engineers. Cyber there was like little breadcrumbs that got me to cyber. I must say the biggest thing that got me into like computing was my dad. I remember, I'm a geriatric millennial, so I'm dating myself here. So I remember when my dad brought a computer home for the first time. And at that time, computers were very expensive. And he let me play on it. And that just opened my eyes to computing at that moment. And remember, everything was on those large floppy disks and everything was like DOS, and I loved it. So my love of computing started when I was 8, and then from there it has grown.
I try to get other women involved in IT, and there's a lot of things that I'm privy to, and I'll send it out, and I'm like, you should join this group, or you should, come to this event, or, you should learn this particular topic, just so people can understand that it's not just a male-dominated field.
There are some challenges. There's some individuals out there who don't believe that you have a place in this field. However, I believe I win them over with my ability to work hard, my ability that I'm knowledgeable, and then the output of my work, right? So when they can recognize that you do belong here.
I think a lot of what I've experienced being a woman in a male-dominated industry really depends on the company that I worked at and the culture, right, that I worked in. Because I'm the most senior woman in cybersecurity at my company, the most senior Black woman at my company, right? And a lot of times I don't notice it. But that's because of the culture of respect and inclusivity that we have at my organization.
Well, AI is just another type of disruptive technology that's come on. So, you had cloud, you had all kinds of things that shook up the industry. So as a cybersecurity professional or cybersecurity leader, you need to embrace those technologies. They are very scary at first. Because we like to be a little bit more cautious before we, jump, head in. But with the AI and the large language models and the generative AI, we don't really have time to wait. So we need to make sure that we have an understanding of what the benefits it could bring and also the security risks that it can bring.
AI is going to change the game. We're going to be using data lakes. We're going to be using security lakes. Wherever the data resides, that's where we're going to be putting the security tools into, and how we currently write correlations to identify what the threats are. That's going to be automated by AI. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to change the landscape and what people do. I'm not saying that I'm scared of AI. There's definitely an opportunity with using AI, but what I'm saying is we have to identify those opportunities.
I think artificial intelligence, it's a gift and a curse, right? Simply because just as much as bad actors can use AI, cybersecurity teams can too, right? So when we think about different cybersecurity threats like malware, typically there's one type of malware, which is malicious software. They try to figure out a way to get into your cybersecurity environment.
Don't let anybody define you. Know that you'll make mistakes, but those mistakes will actually help you grow. It may not look like that things are happening the way you want them to happen, the speed you want them to happen, or even how you want them to happen. But trust the process and believe in yourself.
For women who are coming into the field, what I will say is you need mentorship, definitely. And, that sense of how do I navigate these different avenues? How do I navigate that meeting? How do I speak up? And I think I got that, and not necessarily through my technical cybersecurity mentorship. I had 2 wonderful women who mentored me early in my career, and they basically helped me speak up and be louder in the room, and that my thoughts were meaningful, right? And that's what I was saying.
Be curious, find something that aligns with what you love, and join different communities. Because those things are going to be so helpful as they have for you, as they have been for me.
Hello, my name is Chauncey Price.
My name is Felicia Hedgebeth.
My name is Nicole Dove.
I want to wish you all a happy Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Happy Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Happy Cybersecurity Awareness Month.